So the idea today is to make homemade ramen. The problem is I don't know how to do that specifically. I'm gonna look up a recipe, obviously, but I don't have all the ingredients for it because I went out grocery shopping and didn't really think out all of the vegetables I would need. So one of the things that I have, which I think is gonna really make this whole thing work, is this beef shaved steak. So they're very, very thin pieces of beef, which I think will go good. I also had pork belly, which I was debating on using. I think I'll make it a different time with pork belly, but for now I'll use the shaved steak. I know I want to use boiled egg, obviously, so I need to do that. I have kimchi, I have egg, I have the shaved steak, I have mushrooms too. So I'm gonna do that. The one thing I don't have, which I wish I did have, is carrots, because I wanted to grate carrots and use it. Although I don't even think I have a grater, so that wouldn't have worked anyways. Oh, so I'm trying to minimize carbs, right? So I found these, we went to Wegmans because that's the only place around here. And I found these kelp noodles because I really initially wasn't gonna do noodles, but then I realized these have 3 grams of carbs per half cup. And that sounded pretty cool. So we're gonna be trying that. I know this is not like noodles, obviously, but I don't know. Thought it was worth a try. The broth, I think, is where I really have to focus in on, because if I get the broth right, then anything I put on top of it or in it will be fine. So I have beef broth, which I'm gonna obviously make it out of. I have gochujang. I might have mirin, which I should add. And I have soy sauce, obviously, but soy sauce is like not even who cares? So I will look up a recipe for that and see where to go from there. Also, can we discuss, please? I went to the grocery store, and while I was there, I got these little herb plants. Oh my god. I kill everything. But the hopes is that since these are super easy to take care of, like you literally just have to put them on a plate with some water, that they will survive. The dill, so this is basil and dill. The dill, like when I opened it out of the package, it just splayed open. So I wrapped a rubber band around it. The hopes is that it stays alive. So since this beef shaved steak is already very thin, and I mean they're strips, right? So I'm not gonna cut them up, I'm just gonna marinate them as is. What I have with me to marinate, I'm gonna use kosher salt, because kosher salt is just better than other salt. I have mirin, which I really like it because it's sweeter, obviously, because it's like rice wine or something like that. It has sake in it. So I'm gonna marinate it in that. And then I have gochujang, which is spicy miso sauce. I am not a big spice person. I'm also gonna have kimchi with it, but I think it'll marinate nicely in this. And then I also have ground ginger in replace of pepper, which you can do, by the way, just FYI, and minced garlic. So that's what I'm gonna marinate it in. That should sit in the fridge for, I'm gonna say 2 hours, and then I'll get back in and start prepping the vegetables. This is new this semester. I decided, well, last year I started doing like charcuterie boards, so I decided I wanted to get like a big one, and this one is super fun because it spins. It brings me so much joy. But while I'm not using it as a charcuterie board, I have decided to use it as my spice rack thing. So, yeah. Also, so my meat is currently marinating here, as you can see. As that's marinating, I'm going to start prepping the vegetables, and it should be ready to go in a couple of hours.